Great to see some sunshine already outside. It's a milder morning than you normally encounter this time of the year. But once again, as we've experienced a time or two already this week, it is getting rather breezy. And it's going to be a very windy day moving forward. Here's the current scene from some of our Louis Dodallo cameras. Some thin clouds, a lot of brightness outside. But if you step outside, you'll feel that breeze. And it's to be more pronounced as you move along through the day. That wind is already beginning to reach 25 miles per hour. It will double that speed by the time we go into the middle part of the day. At times 50-mile-per-hour winds in store for us. So keep that in mind. A lot of sun, a thin veil of clouds in store for us ahead of an approaching cold front. That will move into the area this evening. Ahead of that, surge of warmth continues with those south winds. And you see what's going on with those winds. We have a wind advisory that goes from 9 o'clock this morning until 7 this evening. Vast majority of our local area is in that advisory, all the way from the Twin Cities down to Mason City and even down toward Des Moines. Some areas not in the advisory along the bluff country in the east. But for the most part, dealing with a lot of open space and a lot of wind. Right now, Rochester, 20-mile-per-hour winds. To the west, we've begun to really see those 25 to 30-mile-per-hour gusts developing. That's just in the past hour. Redwood Falls, 30 miles per hour. We can expect gusts to be commonly in that range, 30 to 40, gusting to 50 miles per hour through the heart of the day, right into the mid-afternoon. Even once that advisory expires after 7 p.m., still 25 to 30-mile-per-hour gusts. It's going to be a very windy day. Daytime temperatures, though, soaring to the 60s. Right now, it's 50 in Rochester, 48 in Dodge Center, 48 in Osage, Iowa. So a balmy morning by seasonal standards. It feels a little cooler because of those winds, though. 20-mile-per-hour winds now. Air pressure is falling rapidly. 29, 84 in the barometer. It's 50 in Rochester, 50 in St. Cloud, 54 degrees now in Sioux Falls. Warmth building north ahead of that front with those south winds helping the cause. And certainly there'll be warmth today for at least one more day. 50 for that morning commute. Breezy and cool. South winds 20 miles per hour, windy and mild. Then not as windy in the coming days, but still above average temperatures, especially Saturday and Sunday. Those two will be above average. Normally be in the low 40s. They'll be in the 50s, but for the most part, getting colder as we move along. Next week, 30s, maybe even 20s for highs by the end of next week. It's hard to imagine, but we're going to the other end of the scale. Future track today, a mild day. There's a lot of wind, some thin clouds. There's a cold front moving through around 6 o'clock this evening, maybe even a sprinkle for just a few spots from that, but not many of those sprinkles. Winds diminish after midnight. Skies clear off. We'll have chilly sunshine tomorrow, highs in the low 40s. Not as windy. It's about 10, 12 miles per hour tomorrow. The wind chill will be in the 30s, but not nearly as windy as today. The 60s today, temperatures falling this evening into the 40s, then eventually upper 20s by tomorrow morning, and then low 40s for highs in the afternoon on Friday. Today, a windy day, some sun, some clouds, south winds at times reaching 50 miles per hour. That'll happen mostly during the wind advisory time frame, 9 o'clock and throughout the afternoon, from late morning into the afternoon, with south winds continuing. Tonight, winds turn to the northwest on the gusty side initially, diminishing late, a low of 28. And a 7-day forecast, a good-looking day Friday, a little colder, but a peaceful, sunny day. And then the weekend looks nice. Next week, not so nice. We drop to the 30s, and maybe even a few snowflakes first thing Tuesday. And beyond that, it does look like as we get closer to Thanksgiving, we may be below freezing for high temperatures. So that is something that's going to take some getting used to. I guess the bottom line here is that we're going to have to deal with the wind, but at least enjoy the warmth today.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely going to be a little bit cooler for Thanksgiving this year.